I would say if you're listening to this still or watching this, that your goal for 2022, which is right around the corner, is your goals should be written. You should be writing them down, getting ready, so you can attack the ground running in 2022. You should actually probably start in 2021, right?
Welcome to the Investor Financing Podcast, where we interview real estate investors and lenders so you can learn all the secrets to getting your projects funded and scale your portfolio. And now, your host, Bo Eckstein.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Investor Financing Podcast. I'm your host, Bo Eckstein. And on today's show, we're not going to be talking about anything lending, but we're going to be talking about mindset and the power of consistency. And I think this is a valuable topic for anybody that's watching or listening now or in the future. Just like this podcast, in the beginning when I started to have the idea to do the podcast, nobody was watching the podcast or listening. And now I routinely get calls and set up Zoom calls with people that are watching and they're loving the content. And it's very humbling that that people enjoy the content that we're trying to put out as much as we can. Sometimes we do a better job than others. But overall, I kind of want to plant the seed that when I first started, nobody watched or listened. Very, very small amount of people. And it's like a snowball effect, right? It's a snowball effect. More and more people listen. I get more and more appointments set. People know me now. Like I'll get a call and they act like they know me because they've been watching and listening to the show for maybe the last 2 years. I think we're about 2 years old now. And so it's very humbling. But I really kind of thought about this, and I could have easily stopped when I wasn't getting any traction with this podcast. And it came down to consistency. You have to be consistent on anything you're doing. So if you're listening to the show, you're probably a business owner or a real estate investor or a real estate agent, or maybe a mortgage broker. And when it all comes down to whatever we're doing in our sales type of business or any business in general, it comes down to being consistent and showing up every day. And that's what the podcast has done for me, right? Like it wasn't immediate that I got calls like I do now, but over time, people find value in the podcast and they reach out, and I'm able to help some of the viewers and listeners with their financing needs. And so from here, I've started multiple YouTube channels now on a couple services that I offer that aren't strictly financing.
Are you looking for capital for your business? Whether you need to get new equipment, finance your accounts receivable, raise working capital, or acquire commercial real estate, SBA Exchange can help you get approved and funded. SBA programs can also fund ground-up construction projects. The process is simple, and the initial consultation is free. Simply book a call. An advisor will call you at your desired time. We have built relationships with the top SBA lenders. We know their lending appetite. We will source and connect you with the appropriate lender. You will not waste time trying to figure out who to apply with and how to get started, and follow the process through to completion. We have streamlined the lending process from A to Z and work with you on all forms and documents to expedite your loan approval. SBA Exchange is the marketplace for SBA financing.
And so it's just interesting to see how all of this has played out. I've developed great relationships with different banks and credit unions throughout the nation. We're continuing to increase our footprint with national lenders, debt funds, regional banks. It's just amazing how many lenders are out there. And I'm always uncovering more and more lenders. And really, that's my job that I do as a profession for my clients, right? I'm a consultant. And I'm an advisor, and I'm trying to find the best solution for the financing needs. It is a transaction. I help arrange the financing and I get paid a fee. But we're looking down the road. Many of the clients I have been with me for years and years and years. I helped this lady in Sacramento, her and her husband. And I remember when they first got their first flip, and now they're on rental 5 or 6, and they've done 25 flips in the last few years. And I love helping people achieve their goals, whether it's their first rental property or they're buying a 267 unit multifamily property, or they're building an office building for their business. I love being able to help people finance the properties. And I incorporated a new business, which I help business owners save money now. So I've really kind of developed into a consultant. And whatever your business is, I think going back to what we're talking, this episode's about is really whatever you're doing is be super consistent with what you're doing, and don't give up. You got to be relentless and keep going and going and going, and figure out how you can move the needle that 1% every day. Improve. Even today, I didn't want to go to the gym this morning. I had to get up early because I had to take my aunt to the airport. And I said, you know what? I'm going to get up earlier than normal because I don't want to miss the gym. So I would say, if you're listening to this still or watching this, that, you know, your goal for 2022, which is right around the corner, is your goals should be written. You should be writing them down, getting ready so you can attack the ground running in 2022. You should actually probably start in 2021, right? So that's my goal going forward. It's like, I know I got to do some continuing education for a mortgage license. I got to attack that now because I need to have a clean slate for 2022 and have my goals and visions already thought out so I can go. But anyway, I appreciate you watching our podcast show. I've got interviews coming up with all sorts of investors and lenders, and gonna, you know, figure out who else I can get on the calendar. I want to plan out this year for 2022 with more and more guests that will bring value to the show. As always, I appreciate your support, whether I've talked to you in the past or not. I appreciate you. Feel free to book a call on my calendar. Like I said, I'll spend time with you, even if you're just getting started and have general questions. You know, I don't mind helping wherever I can and providing value. And hopefully in the future, I can help you grow a huge business or rental portfolio or whatever your goals are. But other than that, stay consistent, and I'll see you on the next show. Thanks for watching.